Hey guys, Antonio Rodriguez here, and yes, I'm back after my absence and from my holiday in America. By the way, it was good. But anyways, we're here to talk about movies, as there's plenty of shit that came out this year. Before I continue on this list, I have watched plenty of Netflix films, so there won't be counting on this list. The list will just be overblown by direct-to-video or Netflix films. I don't want to overblown you with that. It's only going to include films that came out in the cinema. So what's going to pop on the screen is what's going to be the films that won't be included on this list. Popping on the screen is going to be the films that are Netflix films, but I wanted to include, but they're Netflix films. So here they are. My number 12 for this list is The Circle. When I heard this film was bad, I didn't think it was that bad. Because I watched the trailer and I thought it was just a generic conspiracy thriller. But it turned out to be much worse. It turned out to be a boring flick with boring acting, wasted a good cast, and it does not help Emma Watson's case of being good outside of Harry Potter. And it is important for major roles like she had with Hermione Granger to have plenty of roles that are not related to her, or more towards separating from that role and able to do different characters other than being recognized for Hermione Granger. And I thought she was alright as Belle, but she's not my Belle. My Belle is the animated film, towards The Circle. The Circle had boring pacing, wasted cast as I mentioned, and just overall is boring. Like, you will forget about what happens in the film. You're just like, oh, this has a conspiracy behind it, or just bad in anything. My number 11 is Rings. Rings, I did not watch the other two, but I knew what they have in terms of horror significance. I saw this film just for boosting my shit numbers for this list early last year, and I sure regret it, and I want my money back, because this film is horrendously bad. Some of the cinematography is shit, the acting was shit, even wasted a couple of cast members. One of them was from The Big Bang Theory, which I'm giving this. He put the best performance in the film, and that's not saying much. The horror cliches are 100% here, and the film is not even scary. Like, I'm not kidding. This film, it's not scary. I was just sitting there just bored, just putting my hands like this just in case I go, oh shit. Just don't bother with this. If you're a horror junkie, go ahead and watch it, but there's a much better horror film that came out this year, and it came out a couple months before, or a couple months after this film. And it was a much better scary film. Had comedy, which was good, and it was a thriller, it had crime, and it had plenty of good stuff about it. So let's get to my number 10. My number 10 pick is Batman and Harley Quinn. You must be wondering, doesn't this contradict your rule of direct-to-video films? What's going on here? Much like The Killing Joke, this film got a limited screening. So technically it was released in the cinema at first. So I'm counting this as one of the worst films of this year, and I will tell you why. One, let's get the positives out of the way. The animation is fine for the most part, but it did recreate the look of the animated series. Kevin Conroy, that's it. This film was awkwardly bad. Like this story is horrible. Like, it just shoves a scenario where Batman and Harley Quinn have to team up, and this definitely takes place after the flashback sequence in Batman Beyond. Specifically, Return of the Joker. That's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is the story should have been better, but it wasted talents like Kevin Conroy, and I imagine the one who voiced Dick Grayson in the animated series, but like, they just put on awkward flirt scenes, then they put on rock music or music numbers that felt out of place. All the damage, and they even have the worst signs of sexual tension in history of the Batman direct-to-video animated films since Backsex. This film had Dick Grayson trapped on the bed with straps on his arms and Harley Quinn ritually nearly naked with a bra and her panties. Seriously, it was awkward when I watched it. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? This is supposed to be a Batman film, not an awkward, not 50 Shades of Grey or darker. I don't even care what the amount of 50 Shades are there. But it was horrendously awkward. And the film even ends on a cliffhanger and the worst case of ending films shittily. It ended at the wrong time. It makes you think there's more going on, but it ends with a stupid kiss scene between Dick Grayson and Batman on Harley Quinn's cheeks. I was just like, this is not my Batman film. This is not Batman. He would not think of having sex with Harley Quinn unless it's a different version of Batman that will be willing to do that. That's fine by me, but oh my god, this film is hilariously bad. This could be an extra for room in terms of animated flicks. This could be ripped to pieces in terms of how bad the scenes are or how awkward some lines are and how the ending was bad, even worse than The Room. This case goes worse for my next pick. Number 9 is Rough Night. This is a no-brainer for me, as Rough Night trailer was horrendous and already showed signs of being shit, and I don't want that to happen to my chick flicks. I do like chick flicks when they're good. Remember I said, when they're good. This is why I didn't like Ghostbusters 2016 last year. The special effects and repeated the storyline of the first ever Ghostbusters did not help this case and its sexism towards man. This film is sexist to women, sort of speaking. Because it should have been a good bachelor night film. This should be just be a simple chick flick about chicks want to get drunk and have sex with men. Should have been simple, but except they killed a guy, which obviously turns to the worst side of the film, which is the boring subplot about the boring plot about how they're gonna hide the dead body of this dude, which later turns out, spoiler alert, that the guy turned out to be some sort of alive and he's only bruised or something. I don't even care. I haven't seen the film for months, and I've already forgot certain plot details about the film. And that's not even scratching the surface. Kate McKinnon continues my case on my point that she's not funny outside of SNL. She's really wanting to make me put it on my top 5 worst comedic actors of all time. Andrew Sandler only just got off that list only because he actually made a good film this year, and I'll mention that in the best list, but for now, I'm talking about Rough Night. Kate McKinnon does this weird Australian accent that doesn't even sound Aussie at all. It sounded more like an offensive Kiwi accent. And there's another film that had an actor, or American actor did a Australian accent, except that guy's worse. That's being fair. His was worse. That guy in Pottersville, or whatever it's called, with Michael Shannon, had an actor that decided to do an Aussie accent, and he pronounced Queensland wrong. It's Queensland, not Queensland. That's not Aussie. Aussies say Queensland. They put an S in it. I remember reading Facebook posts about Kate McKinnon's Aussie accent when she was trying to order pizza, and I was like, why do people think this is funny? This is not an Aussie accent. This is a Kiwi accent. Kiwis sound different to my accent. Even though mine sounds American a bit, that's not, but still, I can tell what an Australian accent sounds like. ScarJo wasted her time in this film. I don't understand why she even bothered with this film. She just went, alright, I better do Paycheck since now I'm known as Black Widow for the rest of my life. I better sell myself as Black Widow. Or towards, hey people, I was Black Widow in the Avengers movies. Check me out on this stupid ass chick flick. There's even a subplot in the film about ScarJo's husband, or soon-to-be husband, that this has somehow got the funniest part in the film. That shows how bad your film is. I didn't even laugh at it, but I could tell that was the funniest part in the film. That's only being kind to this film. I'm just gonna go straight to my number 8 pick. Resident Evil: The Final Chapter, or Resident Evil: The Final Paycheck for Mila Jovovich. She's fine as an actress. I still don't shit on her because she did one of my favorite sci-fi films of all time, The Fifth Element. But in this film, I don't even know why she even bothered with this franchise, or even Paul W.S. Anderson for that matter. They both single-handedly killed the chances of this becoming a great horror action franchise within 2 movies. Oh, this film had horrendous action that was poorly shot, and an ending that felt like they're gonna make more sequels. To have it, and they have the bullshit ending with the main character saying, "My story is not yet done." I'm like, this is contradicts your final chapter message. When you have a sign that says, when you have something that says the final chapter, you have to execute. This is why I'm having problems with the Fast and Furious franchise. They keep putting all roads lead to this taglines, or something this, something that. They keep making it look like this is the finale. This is a goodbye in film. They even have a character say that, but that's besides the point. The film made me so angry that when I logged it on Letterboxd after I saw it, I swore to tell my mate who for some reason wanted to see this film, to warn him that this film is horrible. Don't trust the trailer. I don't even think the trailers even help the film's case. I don't even know. This continues my stigma for video game movies, that they're gonna be horrible forever. That's my biggest fear. Even the new Tomb Raider with Alicia Vikander looks horrendously bad. They have cliches already with the "you're the chosen one" bullshit, and the posters didn't even make it. Doesn't help its case. And I don't like people that defend the film saying that it has Alicia Vikander. It means the film might be good. Excuse me, Michael Fassbender went to Assassin's Creed, and look at how that turned out reception-wise. Don't see the Resident Evil franchise. I'm gonna make the commitment to see it, to watch the previous 5, just to see how bad each of them got before this point, because they clearly are horrible. And I'm glad it ended. Unlike Michael Bay's refusing to end the Transformers franchise on a high note, I'm just gonna move on from this film because I'm done with it. Everyone else is done with it, even with the reboot that they want to do with it. Blumhouse, I think. If it's with Blumhouse, I might care, but this film hit the nail in the coffin for this film potential. This should have been a horror first and then action second. That would have been a more effective franchise. Let's go to number 7. My number 7 is Monster Trucks. Yada yada yada, this film is bad, the acting's bad, the things are bad, monsters CGI is bad, everything else is bad, the titles is bad, the film made me not care because it's bad. Let's go to number 6. The Snowman. What a good case of casting a good actor like Michael Fassbender and waste him in this film. Or better yet, he phoned in it. This film is what they call a big disaster. This film had boring ass story that should have been interesting because they had a villain that had good motivations, or could have had good motivations, as if I could be fair, but he turned out to be a horrible villain. With a weapon that could have been an iconic weapon, but it was executed poorly since we never see the guy use it on any other characters or on screen except for the aftermath. And then they have Val Kilmer appear in the film, and he trusts with his chief clues for some reason. He thinks this is gonna make the audience understand, and his good case of clear dubbing. It's almost as bad as English dub Japanese hentai. I don't know what to make of this film. This could be the next Varum in terms of crime films, but it's definitely horrible. Horrible. I don't even remember what the film is about. This film is boring. They even have a main character named Harry Hole, which almost sounds as bad as a guy named Barry Hole. I'll give you 2 points if you got that reference. There's even a scene with, or the plotline with J.K. Simmons about the Winter Olympics or something. I don't even know what the heck is going on. They should have deleted it out or written it out. They said they filmed 80% of the film, so that makes it almost worst film of all time in terms of situation and wasted talent. This should have been a good crime thriller, and somehow this film got inspired by Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which it should have been. And this is a 7th book, a short book. I don't even know how long these books are, but I'm gonna call it short books. This is a 7th short book and they chose the 7th book to be starting their own franchise with. And I'm glad it bombed because it does not deserve Michael Fassbender, Rebecca Ferguson, J.K. Simmons, Val Kilmer, and pretty much it for how much they got wasted in this film. As it is filming, my town is around 40 degrees, so I'm keeping myself hydrated. So let's go to number 5. My number 5 is Kidnap. I heard about this film, I saw the images, and I already went, this is gonna be another Taken, but this is gonna be with Halle Berry this time. And she's definitely wasting her career after Oscar win. She wasted her time in Catwoman, which pretty much derailed her career. She did something, some other films I don't even care about. She only redeemable part about her career so far is her doing the X-Men films outside her Oscar win. But this film is basically Taken, but it was a car chase. And even the car chase was bad. Like, you feel no tension at all. It's almost hilarious to one point on how much the car survives. Or I'm only baffled by how fast Halle Berry's car is to catch up with a vehicle that looks much faster. I wish this film was better, but this is already bad, or this is already bad before we even started. And this film definitely sells Kidnap in terms of title, because this film was so bad that it took 1 hour and 30 minutes of your life. That's what it kidnapped you for. It kidnapped 1 hour and 30 minutes of your life watching this horrible film. I would have went to Halle Berry's casting agent, and I will tell him or her to not cast her in this shit again, because it's a waste of Oscar winners. Or better yet, I would go to Liam Neeson's office and tell him to start being films like like Silence from now on, because he's not an action star. Let's get to the top 4 worst movies of this year. I imagine you thinking that Sandy Wexler is gonna make this list, and if you clearly retarded or couldn't see the list, it's a Netflix film, so I'm not gonna include it. So let's get to my number 4. Anyways, who saw this coming? The Emoji Movie.
Of course!
The Emoji Movie is a good case of bad ideas that translate into bad film. This film is just about phones. Let me get my phone. It's about my phone. Oh Jesus, I forgot to change my lock screen. This film is about phones. Phones! Yes, this film is about phones. And it has emojis in it. The reason why I brought up a phone is there's even a plot line that feels like much worse a part of the film. Boy's just trying to get this girl to like him through emojis. Who thinks it's a good idea to send the crush of your life with emojis? The Emoji Movie should not have been made. T.J. Miller clearly was on crack when he was trying to defend this film. When he defended this film, I bet he already smented a bunch of cocaine and then injected himself with plenty of drug-inducing just to make sure he feels like he's 100% defending this film. Recent allegations against him made this film look shit. The first trailer and even the ideas sound horrible. It combined the Lego Movie, the Wreck-It Ralph, and some other film that is definitely better than this film. This film had the audacity to not be good. This film also wasted the talent of Sir Patrick Stewart, who voices the poop emoji, or what I rather call the shit emoji. This film is basically very generic. High Five is easily the worst comic relief character I ever seen and heard in this film. Even in history of animated films, he's even worse than Mater in Cars. I don't even know why the heck they even bother with this film. They pretty much passed on Popeye for this film. Whose idea was this always Sony in this? Sony had a bad rap for the last 4 years after 22 Jump Street that they could not make films on their own without the help of Marvel or anyone else, and luckily Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, is better than Miss Turd. It's finally the good Sony film that you can look at and say, hey, that film isn't bad in the Sony lineup, but this continues the trend of Sony bombing at the box office, and hopefully eventually Disney finally finally purchased Sony just to say, "Whoa, Sony, you don't even know how to make films. You're gonna get a spanking in the ass because you're gonna make films outside of Spider-Man. And Jumanji." I hope you guys like that stupid impression on Mickey Mouse. But anyways, to the point, this film should not have been made. It had already had a bad idea and wasted a good cast. And T.J. Miller defending this film like he's on crack and cocaine, smoking too much weed. He's even injected so many drugs that I don't even know what he did to defend this movie. I believe he defended this film on drugs. As I mentioned, he must be on drugs for defending this film, or even his choice to be in this film. So I'm arguing that Age of Extinction wasted him better, but at least he got killed off in that film so we could get prevented another Tanjiro. Let's go to number 3. Dario the Wimpy Kid, The Long Haul. I'm gonna be short on this with a few things to say, or hopefully around 10 or 20 things to say. This film is a worst case of retooling the franchise. It's not a reboot. If it was a reboot, it would have gone back to the first book. This is the 4th film in the franchise. I believe was from the 10th book, which I believe from the fans saying that the book was not great either. The book doesn't even have a villain. The first film shoved in a random villain plot or a different family that they had to run away from. It's cliched as hell. I saw this with my classmates because we're reading this book the term before. I didn't even care about the book either. Only fun part about it is your dream vacation, which I love to do. I'd love to do it around Italy or back to the UK or do it with America. This film made me not want to do road trips. I don't want to get a random pig just so that it can piss on me or poop on the car. I'm not going to trust Alicia Silverstone in trying to get a career comeback since she's clearly not able to remove herself from choosing bad films since Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin was her career low point, and this one is even lower, possibly worse than Batman and Robin. Unlike this film, Batman and Robin was cheesy. I understood it, but this film even had shitty jokes. And I'm not gonna go on about Not My Roderick campaign.
I miss the old Kanye, straight from the gold Kanye, chop up the soul Kanye, set on his goals Kanye. I hate the new Kanye, the bad mood Kanye, the always rude Kanye, spaz in the news Kanye. I miss the sweet Kanye, chop up the beats Kanye.
Of course, I had to play that clip of Not My Roderick, but this film wasted my time. It made the title of The Long Haul made it sound like a 3-hour epic. I wish this film did not exist or done with a better director. This film was even penned by its screenplay was done by the author. One of the co-writers for the screenplay was the author. Holy shit, that's bad. Now they didn't get the book right. They even kind of get the author write a good screenplay for this film. They even, the subplot about the kid wanted to go to this game event convention was annoying as hell. I didn't, at that point of the film, I just shut up my brain just going, this film is making me brain dead. Oh my god. Film is horrendously bad, and I wish it didn't exist. Same as my next 2 picks. So let's get to my number 2 pick. My number 2 pick came out in cinemas first, I believe, and had 2 actresses wanna bang a guy. And this film is bad. Bad to my longest belief that they made these 2 actresses' careers look much worse. Especially one of them, who has been in a film early this year called, last year, called Baywatch, and she was wasted, and everyone only knows her now for her tits, which you don't want to have to happen to an actress. This is called The Layover. This film came out of cinemas first and ran a few limited screenings, but it definitely deserves the crap it's been receiving. It's sexist against women because it made the 2 lady leads are stereotypes that they want to bang this dude, and I feel bad for the guy in this film. He must be reading the script like, this is horrible. I don't even know why I signed on to it, so I better phone it in as much as possible, even though I might not have a career after this film. Alexander Daddario, who I think has potential to be good in several films, I got wasted in this film, and everyone just went to see it for her tits. And I only went to see it because of her damn blue eyes that seem to be massively blue that stands out across her body. And I don't even remember who the blonde chick was. I forgot her name. Don't even bother with this film. If it somehow pops up on Netflix, give it a downvote as much as possible so they know to remove it in a future months. I want good female films. This list has 2 female flicks with female leads. Let me correct that. Around 3. 4 has female leads. I don't want this happening to actresses. I don't want them to end up looking so bad. This film had awkward as hell sex scenes. It doesn't even know what a sex scene is. They basically think, alright, if you leave your shirt on and have your bottoms removed, that's sex. No, you clearly haven't watched porn. Porn even has better sex scenes in this film. That's not saying much. There's even there was like this school subplot where the kid was drawing like hentai or something. I don't even know. And she thinks that, oh my god, the drawing is so beautiful. You should keep making this. I guess you're a true artist. No, that's beside. No. I still remember that, and I thought it was disgusting that they even put a kid that draws hentai for some reason. I don't even know what he draws. I'm pretty sure it's just hentai. Please correct me in the comments if you bothered with this film before you saw this video. I wish this film was better for the actors involved. After the director did this, after the screenplay, scriptwriter for this film, let's just go to my #1 worst film of 2017. My #1 worst film of 2017, Sleepless. Yep, I picked it. Sleepless. It has Jamie Foxx on the lead. I thought it would be good. I thought it as a cop conspiracy flick with David Harbour, fresh off of Stranger Things. I thought this could be good. I put it on. I watched it and it sucked.
Of course.
For the film called Sleepless, it definitely wants you to put you to sleep. I almost wanted to sleep within 20 minutes. Or even the action started, or the plot even starts, it makes you want to go to sleep because it has a weak motivation. The gunfights are not even exciting as it should be, and the film's redeemable qualities probably because it's short, but it's definitely should have not been this bad. They even put a few actors and actresses from other films that I haven't mentioned yet to this point that have respected careers. But some reason this film made me want to rub my head in disgust in terms of how this film disrespected them. I haven't seen this for months, and this just came out to around my second overt viewing of Spider-Man: Homecoming. I was energized because I want to watch another film for this for 2017. I want to boost my numbers up. I'm on to 135. That was including Netflix films. I think I was around 101 in terms of cinema releases, or the ones that I count as cinema. But this film wasted Jamie Foxx and David Harbour. Everyone else was horrible in it. It has a shit story, boring pacing, the tension isn't there, and makes you want the kid to die, which should not happen for this type of film. This film usually gets you on the edge of your seat, except it made me want to go to my bed and sleep on it for the rest of the runtime, except I kept my eyes open. I was just like this. I was ready to sleep. By the end of the film, I was like, what the hell happened? I must have dozed for this film. This film is definitely horrendous. The action was, as I mentioned, the action is not good. They even, like, I believe they set up a sequel or something because of David Harbour's character, spoiler alert, turns out to be the villain. That's it for my top 12 worst films of 2017. This is definitely the first top 12 or 5 or 10 list. Do not include the Adam Sandler film. That is horrible. Trust me, Sandy Wexler is bad, but not bad enough to make the list. But Adam Sandler nearly got off my shit list because he was in the Marriage Stories, which he was good, and the film was too a great film. And I'm glad it happened for Adam because it became his second best career performance outside of Drunk Love. Say that 5 times fast. I hope you guys don't see this film or the 12 films I just mentioned. I have quite a passion for a few of these films, but please, 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 please don't even bother with this film. I have a tendency to spoil, but at least I said spoiler alert a few times. Anyways, guys, this is definitely the first video of 2018, but not the way I wanted to start it. My best will definitely be coming around this month, or being around late this month after The Darkest Hour or Post. Or The Shape of Water. After I see those, I'll be ready to film my best list, and it'll definitely be doubled. And hopefully I get a 2018 film on the way, so I can take care of that one. But enough rambling. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Don't bother with this film or the film I just mentioned, but do have an excellent day, please. For me and my 42 subscribers at this point of this video, or 41 when it keeps going down. Bye bye.